Namaskar and a warm welcome to this series of lecture. Myself, Dr. Praveen Kumar Sahu, belonging to Government Sama Prasad Mukherjee College, Sitapur, Chhattisgarh, India. And this is a lecture pertaining to MSc Mathematics 4th semester of Sant Gahira Guru University, Sarguja, Chhattisgarh. And the paper is 5th paper, Numerical Analysis Part 2. And the unit is 4th unit, Solution of Algebraic and Transcendental Equations. And this is my second lecture on this unit 4. And the topic of this lecture is very important topic in this unit, bisection method. So let's start the lecture. First of all, we will see the points that we will discuss in this lecture, means outline of the lecture. In this lecture we will discuss bisection method. We will see what's its algorithm. Then we will see what is the criteria for termination of stopping in bisection method. Then we will discuss some example and question based on this topic. Now, in the last lecture, we began our discussion of root finding problem. This involves development of numerical technique for solving equation of the form fx is equal to 0. Here f is a real valued function which depends on a single real variable x. Now, where do we come across such equation and why we need numerical technique? These equations come from chemical process, numerical process, economic process or business problem. For example, we can model population growth by this differential equation. Here the population growth varies continuously with time and the rate at which this population changes varies depends on the birth rate lambda and the rate of the immigrant mu, and it is proportional to the number of pollution at that time. The solution of this equation can be given by this equation, and here n0 is the population at initial time. So here we came across with the exponential form, exponential equation. Now, there are various physical processes where we come across equation of different form. For example, in the case we study reflection of light, we come across equation of the form x minus tan x is equal to 0, where we are required to determine what this x is. Or when we study central orbit, we came across Kepler's equation which is of the form x minus a sin x is equal to b, where we require to determine what this x is for different value of a and b. So we do come across the equation of form which involves exponential function, trigonometric function, logarithmic function, hyperbolic function, etc. Means, as we have discussed in the last lecture, we have algebraic and transcendental equation which came from different process. Now, the problem is to find the solution of the form fx is equal to 0. And the numerical technique that you are going to discuss in next few lectures can be used to generate approximate solution of the equation of the form fx is equal to 0. Means here the obtained solution fx is almost approximately equal to 0. Why we need this numerical technique? When one is unable to determine analytical solution or closed form solution of such equation, we use numerical technique to solve such equation which is of the form fx is equal to 0, and here we find approximate solution, means here f of x is approximately equal to 0. Now, in last lecture we have already discussed the intermediate value theorem. So in this lecture we shall begin our numerical techniques, and in this lecture we will see some inclusion method that will enable us to determine approximate solution of the equation of the form fx is equal to 0, and one such method is bisection method. So now we will describe this method and try to see how this method can be used to find an approximate solution of the equation of the form fx is equal to 0. Now let us consider the bisection method. It depends on the intermediate value theorem which we have already discussed in the last lecture. For detail you can see my last lecture. Now let's start. Suppose we want to find the solution of the equation fx is equal to 0. Here f is given continuous. Now consider an interval ab such that fa into fb is less than equal to less than 0. Now, how we can use bisection method to obtain solution or root of such equation, we will see. Here what we do, we denote this interval AB as interval A1 B1. Now we have to find the midpoint of this interval A1 B1, means we have to determine x1 is equal to A1 B1, A1 plus B1 by 2. Now we check f of x is x1. Now there are two possibilities. If f of x1 is either greater than 0, is less than 0, or it may also fx is equal to 0. If f of x1 is 0, it is the required root of the solution. Now if f of x1 is not equal to 0, then either f of x1 is greater than 0 or f of x1 is less than 0. Now consider the case if f of x1 is greater than 0. Now since we know that the value of the root lies in the interval AB, which we have denoted as A1 B1. Why? Because we have f of a into f of b is less than 0. So as per from the intermediate value theorem, value of the root of the equation fx is equal to lies between interval a and b. Now x1 is the midpoint of a and b. Now if f of x1 is greater than 0, means it's positive, then in this case f of x1 into f of b1 is less than 0. So now the root lies in the interval x1 b1. There may be another possibility. If f of x1 is less than 0, then in this case x1 is the midpoint. Now f of a into f of x1 is less than 0 in that case, when f of x1 is less than 0. So now our root lies in the interval between a and x1. In either cases, we have interval a to b2 such that it may be x1 b1 if f x1 is greater than 0, or it may be a1 x1 if f of x1 is less than 0. In either cases, we find an interval a to b2 such that our root lies in that interval. Now in the next step, we start with the interval a to b2. Then we find the midpoint of this interval, means x2 is equal to a2 plus b2 divided by 2. Now we are considering the case when f of x1 is greater than 0 and x1 b1 is denoted as a to b2. Now here we have obtained f of x2 and f of x2 is greater than 0. Now f of x2 is greater than 0 since f of b is less than 0. So in this case f of x2 into f of b1 is less than 0, means in this case our root lies in the interval x2 to b1. There are one more possibility. If f of x2 is less than 0, then in case f of x1 into f of x2 is less than 0, means our root lies in this interval x1 to x2. In this case we denote x2 b1 as a3 b3, and in this case we denote interval x1 x2 as a3 b3. Or there may be, now we may have also the possibility when f of x1 is less than 0, means we have considered a1 x1 as the interval a to b2. In that case, what we do, we find the midpoint x2. Now there are two possibilities. F of x2 is greater than 0. Now if f of x2 is greater than 0, then in this case where does the root lies? The root lies between f of x2 and f of x1. Why? Because f of x2 into f of x1 is less than 0. So the root lies in the between interval x2 to x1. Now there may be possibility that f of x2 is less than 0. Then in this case f of a1 into f of x2 is less than 0. So our root lies between interval a1 and x2. In either cases, we are able to determine an interval a3 b3 which encloses the root, means, and so on. We have to continue in this process. Means what we are doing, in every step we determine an interval which enclosed a root of equation, and every step we obtain an interval in such a way that its length is half of the length in the previous step. How? Let's see. So in the beginning, now suppose if f of x1 is greater than 0, then our root lies between x1 and b1. What is the x1? X1 is midpoint of a1 and b1. So this length is half of the length in the starting in the beginning means a1 b1. Same, if f of x1 is less than 0, then what is our new interval? It is a1 x1. Its length is also half of the length of the original interval a1 b1. Now in the next case, if either f of x2 is greater than 0 or less than 0, new interval is x2 b1 or x1 x2. What is x2? X2 is the midpoint of x1 and b1. So in this case, it is half of the previous, it is the length of the interval is half of the length of the interval in the previous case, and it is 1 by 2 to the 2 square of the length of the original interval a1 b1. Either this case or this case, its length is 1 by 2 square of the length of the original interval. Similarly, here we can see that in this case the length of the interval x2 x1 is what? It's half of the length of the interval a1 x1, and it is 1 by 2 square of the length of the original interval a1 b1. Similarly here e1 x2. So in every step we are obtaining interval that is 1 by 2 of the interval of the previous step. Means after n step we obtain an interval which is 1 by 2 to the power n of the length of the original interval. Means suppose we have the case f of a is positive and f of b is negative, so our root lies between a and b, so which is denoted by bigger red dot. Now after first step we obtain f of b1. Now our root lie between a1 and b1. After second step we obtain a2. Now our root lies between a2 and b2. After third step we obtain a3. Now our root lies between a3 and b2. And it's what is the length of the interval? In the beginning it is a1 b1. In the next step it is half, as we can see a1 b1. In the next step it's half of the previous, means a2 b2. In the next step it is half of the a2 b2, a3 b3. Means in this step we are halving the interval. So this is how Bolzano or bisection method work. Means in every step, after every step we are coming closer to the root of the equation, our desired equation, a desired root of the equation, we are coming closer to it. Now bisection method is also known as Bolzano method. Bolzano was a scientist, mathematician, and also Bolzano is a city in Italy. Bisection method is also known as binary chopping method or incremental search method, or it is also known as interval halving method, because what we are doing, we are halving. Bisecting means what we are doing, dividing the interval into half, or what we are doing, halving the interval. So it is also known as interval halving method. What incremental search method defines? Keep dividing into the interval within which at least one root lies. Now we will see the algorithm of the bisection method. Suppose we have to find the solution of the equation of the form fx is equal to 0. Here f is continuous and we have an interval a1 b1 such that f of a1 and f of b1 is less than 0. Then what we do? We compute xn, which is f of 1 by 2 of an plus b1, means which is the midpoint of the interval an bn. If f of xn is 0, it is our root. But if fx is not 0, then either f of an into f of xn is less than 0, then our root lies between a and xn, or f of an into f of x1 is greater than 0. In this case our root lies between xn and bn. In this way we have to proceed. Now the question arises, where do we stop? How many steps should we determine to find the approximate solution of the equation? As we have seen in bisection method, we are getting sequence of x1 x2 xn. Now this sequence may converge to the real root or real root of the desired real root of the equation, means our desired root of the equation. So after nth step we have approximation x, we have approximation xn, which is the approximation of the root of the equation. Now, before going to stopping criteria, we will see how this algorithm works in a flowchart. Suppose we have started with x1 0 and x2 0. If f of x1 0 and f of x2 is less than 0, then what we do, x1 to the x1 n plus 1 is denoted as x1 n, and x2 n plus 1 is denoted as a midpoint of this x1 and x2. Now, if it is less than 0, proceed. If it is greater than 0, choose x1 n plus 1 as x2 n plus 1 and x2 n plus 1 as x2 n, then continue. In this way, we have to proceed. Now, the question arises, how many steps, after how many steps we have to stop? Means, where do we stop? So, now, we shall be where, what should be the stopping criteria, and as we proceed with the bisection method for solving the equation of the form fx is equal to 0. Now we will discuss this, means criteria for termination or criteria for stopping. As we can see, a convenient criteria is to compute the percentage error ER. What is ER? ER is xr dash minus xr divided by xr dash, where xr dash is the new value, means it is obtained in this step, and xr is obtained in the previous step. Now the computation can be terminated when er becomes less than a prescribed tolerance, which is given as epsilon p or ep. In addition, the maximum number of iterations may also be specified in advance. Means, what are the stopping criteria or termination criteria? Terminate after n steps, where n is given fixed. Terminate after mod of xn1 xn plus 1 minus xn is less than epsilon. Xn plus 1 is obtained after n plus 1 step, and xn is obtained after nth step, where epsilon is greater than 0 is given. Or we can terminate if f of x1 is less than equal to alpha, where alpha is given. Now we will see this with an example. Now what we have a question, find a root of equation x into e to the power x minus 1 is equal to 0 using bisection method correct to 3 decimal place. Means here we have to find approximate which is correct to 3 decimal place and satisfy this equation. We will see how we will solve this equation using bisection method. Now a given equation is x e to the power x minus 1 is equal to 0. We suppose f of x is equal to x e to the power x minus 1. Now put x is equal to 0. Then f of 0 is 0 into e to the power 0 minus 1, which is less than 0. Now put x is equal to 1. Then we have f of 1, which is greater than 0. So from the intermediate value theorem, our root lies between 0 and 1. Now we are trying to solve this equation and obtain an approximate root by using bisection method. How we proceed? In first state or first iteration or first approximation, what we do, we find midpoint of 0 and 1, which is 0.5. Now we check f of 0.5 whether it is positive or negative. Now f of 0.5 is less than 0 is negative, and f of 1 is greater than 0. So now we have f of 0.5 into f of 1 is less than 0. So now our root lies between 0.5 and 1. Now you can we can see the length of the interval is half of the length of the interval in the previous step. In the second step or second approximation, what we do, we find the half of the midpoint of the interval, which is 0.5 plus 1 divided by 2 is equal to 0.75. Now we will check what f of 0.75, it is greater than 0, and f of 0.5 is less than 0. Now, then we have f of 0.5 into f of 0.75 is less than 0. So now our root lies between 0.5 and 0.75. Again, now we can see the length of the interval is 1 by 2 square of the length of the original interval. Now in third step or third approximation, we find the midpoint of this 2, which is 0.625. Now we check f of 0.625, it's positive, and f of 0.5 is negative. So our root lies between f of 0.5 and 0.625. Now in fourth approximation, we find the midpoint of the previous interval, which is 0.5625. Now we check what is f of 0.5625, it is less than 0. Hence our root lies between 0.5625 and 0.625. Now in the fifth approximation, what we do, we find midpoint of the interval, which is 0.59375. Now again we will choose what is f of 0.59375. It is greater than 0 and this is less than 0, means our root lies between 0.5625 and 0.59375, means now our interval is halving the length of the interval of the previous case. In this way we have to proceed. And here one more thing we can observe, that as we are proceeding, f of x is going to approximately 0, means in first case f of 0.5 is 0.17, in second step it is 0.5, in third step it is 0.16, then it is minus 0.1, then again in this case it is minus 0.07, means it is f of xn is approximately going to 0. Now we have to solve this equation, solve up to the 3 decimal places. So we continue this way, and after 12th iteration and 12th approximation we have root is 0.5672, and after 13 approximation we have root is 0.5671. So the required root correct to 3 decimal place is 0.567. In this way we have to solve an equation by using bisection method. Let's see one more example. Find a root of the equation which is given as x to the power 6 minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Accurate to within epsilon or e is equal to 0.001, means we have to stop when our approximate root is accurate within epsilon is equal to 0.001. How we start? We suppose f of x is x to the power 6 minus x minus 1. We can find two real value which is 1 and 2 such that f of 1 into f of 2 is less than 0. So our root lies between 1 and 2. Now to proceed with bisection method, what we do, we divide it into half, means we find midpoint of this interval and then proceed. Now we have shown this approximation or iteration process in table. In the first step we have 1 and 2 as interval, and what is the midpoint of this? 1.5. Now difference between b minus x is 0.5 and f of x1 is positive. Then in the next step our interval is 1 and 1.5, and so on we proceed. And after 10th step we have b minus xn is less than 0.00098, which is less than 0.01. Hence the required root approximation is x is equal to 1.1338. This is the approximate root of the given equation within the desired accuracy. Thus in this lecture we have studied how we can use bisection method to find approximate solution of the form fx is equal to 0, means namely how we can find approximate root of the form fx is equal to 0. That's all for today's lecture. Thank you.